so funny, you try to smile. Hey everybody, welcome to Kats Creations live on Friday night. I am super thrilled that you guys are joining us tonight because Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day is behind us. We're going to actually be working on spring, Easter, and Mother's Day probably for the next 2 months, I'm guessing, and then we'll slowly start to transition into patriotic, summer kind of themes. But right now, so many people have asked, can we take the time and show how to do florals? So what we're going to learn tonight is a wreath that I think is pretty popular right now. If you go to Etsy search terms, tulip wreaths are extraordinarily popular. And what we're going to be doing is teaching you how to make the wreath that I made behind me. And I made this in under an hour, and that was cutting and prepping and everything else. So all you need to do is go to Michael's. Somebody said that Dollar Tree carries tulips as well, but I know that Michael's bunch of tulips right now that normally go for $4 have 8 bunches of tulips on them, so you actually get 8 picks for $2 because it's buy one get one free, or they're 50% off sale. If, and I learned this tip last night, if Joann's has their additional 20% off the total purchase, take that coupon in as well and get 20% off in addition. So it just depends. Sometimes Michael's will say that you can't use competitors' coupons on a sell item price. So I guess it's just going to be a pick or choose over who decides to help you and allow you to use it at your Joann's. So, anyone there?
Yeah, we got a lot of people jumping on. Lenore, Sharon, Audrey, Deborah, Martha, Sandra, Peggy, Shirley, Cheryl, Jane, J. Lori Thompson,
Okay.
Dina, Judy, Julie, Patty, and Becky and Janet.
Okay, pretty good for about 3 minutes into the top of the hour. So,
hi everybody, welcome. Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. To make the wreath on the form that I used behind me, I used approximately like 18 bunches. So what I did when I went to Michael's is I bought 6 of each color. So I bought 6 of, and these were the colors, 6 of the lavender, 6 of the plum, and then I got 6 of the ivory or white because I really liked them when I had them in bunches together. And you can pick any colors you want. There's people who are doing them all the different colors that Michael's has available, from blues, greens, oranges, reds, yellows, a combo color, right? And a coral in addition to the purples. So I like purple, so you know, sometimes it's helpful to make what you like because then you enjoy it while you're making it. What you will need, aside from your 18 bunches of tulips, is you will need ribbon. My recommendation is 30 feet, so brand new roll of ribbon. You can go 1.5 inch, and you'll use pretty much, I think, the whole, I want to say close to the whole roll. Or you can go fatter. You can go a 2.5 inch ribbon and get around your wreath form quicker, so that what it does is, if you pick a ribbon that is similar to your floral, should you have any spaces in between your tulip, that ribbon's going to kind of mask that depth so that you don't see the green, you don't see the white, or you don't see the straw. So you can use any of these wreath forms. This is a 14-inch straw. I think this is a 16. Let me just double check. Because I actually found this one in the shed. So yeah, this is a 16-inch flat styrofoam. You can use this. Or this is a 13.8 that came from Michael's. So I think it was $6.99, but then you can use your 60% off coupon, and you could use this one. If you notice, obviously, the depth of the diameter, the width going around each of these is different, which means it's going to take more of your tulips to cover this one. Obviously, it's also 2 inches larger than this one, but the diameter of what you have to go around, this is almost double. So you would probably use closer to, I would say 27, 28 bunches for this one, again, depending on your coverage preference. I like them really thick, I like them really full. just because I don't sell what I wouldn't want to buy. This one obviously is, I want to say it's about 2 inches in diameter, not as thick. You don't have ridges to worry about. And then your straw one, pretty compacted. So you're gonna have your upper, your in, and your out. We're not gonna cover the back. We will cover the entire thing with ribbons so that it looks nice when the customer pulls it out of the bag. So if you have any of these, any of them will work. So when people are asking me, well, what kind of wreath form do we need? I'm like, you can go straw, you can go styrofoam, you can go with the, I think this is called foam. It's got a funky name to it. So aside from the styrofoam, I'll leave it up to you guys which ones you want to see me make. We can go straw, or we can go the styrofoam.
I think it's a polystyrene is what they call it.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I have the little sticky.
Hi everyone, just jumping on.
Trying to see
Kimberly
if I
said
can
hi
find
from
it.
England. Hi Kimberly.
Ooh, thank you for joining us from England. It's
Yeah.
pretty late there.
It is.
It's like what?
It's 1 in the morning.
Is it 1?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
So thank you for staying up with us and watching us. So any of your wreath forms, you'll need floral pins. You'll need a ribbon to cover your wreath form, whatever preference it is. Again, I recommend picking it in a complementary color with the tulips you have, because the only thing you're going to be doing is you're using it to hide, you know, because if you didn't and you added your floral to it, you're going to see this on the back. So
Yeah.
if I take this one off, and let me show you.
Yeah, Libby said Floracraft foam, but it's like a polystyrene foam.
Yeah.
It's not a regular styrofoam.
So this is the back of mine. I just covered it with white and polka dot just because it looks cute. It was kind of fun. And I'm using purple and white, so that was my choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so vote if you want us to do the demo tonight on this, if you want us to do the straw, then do love. And Steve's gonna look at it really quick while I show you how to prep your tulips.
Thumbs up for the styrofoam.
Thumbs up, hearts.
Hearts for the straw.
Thumbs up, hearts. Either one. I'm prepped to do both. So while you guys are voting, once you have your tulips done, so I'm gonna pull these ones out because these are the last 3 to show you what Michael's does. I just mix them because that's how I'll do when I'm in the store. I'll sit here and I'll take them and I'll be playing with all the colors and seeing if I can get a good
Or we
mix.
got 1 straw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Styrofoam.
Styrofoam. 2
Okay.
straws.
Okay. Either
6
or.
styrofoam. 7 styrofoam.
Okay.
3 straw.
Okay.
8 styrofoam.
I think we're doing styrofoam. We'll do
9
styrofoam.
Well, yeah, we'll do styrofoam.
Yeah, we'll do styrofoam. Like I said, if you have any of these, I just happened to find the straw ones hanging up on a shelf in the garage, and I was like, I wonder if that would work. Because I had sent pictures of everyone telling them to go get these. I think Dollar Tree has these. I am not sure on the dimensions. Yeah, I
I
think
think it's probably smaller.
this one's 14, so I think the one at Dollar Tree is either a 10 or a 12. But for $1, that's a really good deal, which means that you use a whole lot less tulips. So we're gonna use this one. So I'm gonna push these ones to the side. And then you're gonna prep all your, it's easier to prep all your colors first. It just makes putting it together so much easier. I kind of did it as I went when I was putting that one together to make sure how many tulips did I really need? Did I tell everyone to buy enough or did I not?
It was what, $2 a bunch or $2 a bundle?
Yeah, normal
And you
price
get-
was 4.
And you get how many per?
You get 8 per.
8 per.
So I would take your time and be super picky. Make sure that each of your stems have approximately, they should have 3 on each. Some only have 2, but obviously if you pull one of your stems away and it has nothing, inadvertently what happened is they fell off somewhere. Like
Yeah.
you'll end up having a whole bunch of loose ones in the bag, but those are okay.
So you're going to use between 17 and 19 of the bundles, right?
I think I'm doing 15 is what I cut. Let me look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I did 15. I've cut 12, so this is 13, 14, 15. So, and we're doing smaller than this, so the coverage is gonna be a lot less than what I would do on here, obviously for diameter purposes. This is gonna take a lot more. The straw, it would take for sure 15 to 18, and the styrofoam, I would like arrow really high and go like 25 to 27 and just be on the safe side.
And depending upon how thick you want to make it too, that when you're holding it, still do 15 to 17.
Oh yeah, I think that one was 18, and that was on the straw. But I really bunched them in thick, because I like everything thicker. Okay, so to prep, you're gonna take your stems. So some of you guys are doing this at home with me. You're gonna take it and you're gonna push all the greenery up to the top of all your stems. Just don't push too hard or you'll push them right off. If that happens, just pop them back on. So it's just easier to do this step before you cut it. So you're gonna do this on all 18 bunches before you start. And for some of you who just got all the same color, kudos to you, because you don't really have to be overly concerned with, oh, am I gonna come up short or not?
Hi gals, just jumping on. Tamala, no problem. You can always go watch the replay. She said she's commuting on a bus.
Oh, okay.
Hi Susan, she says she's made them before. Careful because the styrofoam can snap.
Yeah.
So you just have to be careful. Yeah. Colleen, I think we already answered you. She said how many totes did you use, so it's about 15 to 17 bundles.
Well, I think I told everyone, err on the overside, yeah, and go with 18 bunches. Because at $2 per, that's $36 just for your tulips. So here's my concern, is the people right now on Etsy that are selling them, crazy price, $45. I would be concerned on how big they are, how full they are, what they're made out of, because unless they went and got dollar store tulips,
yeah, they're not making any money.
they're really not making any profit off of it. So again, just go through, push all your greenery up and snip. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Look at that. Hi gals, just jumping on. Katie said she bought so many tulips from Michael's the last 2 days. She got tons of colors. She bought out all of their cream tulips.
Ooh, awesome job. I know I went back and got more of the dark purple ones because I really wanted a dark purple one.
And yes, you gals did see cats. We have 4 of them.
What? They've all made an appearance?
2 of them have.
Who, Giles and Boba?
Or I think Bella.
Bella. So, pushing them all up, and then of course removing your price tag, because God forbid you don't want to realize that you left a price tag on. But once we get the prep stuff done, it's super easy to build it, as you will see. Of course.
Hi Kathy, hi Libby. She said, how far down are you cutting?
I'm cutting almost all the way down as far as I can. Yeah. Just so that I have plenty to work with. You can always go back in. Like I will, as I'm working more to the inside or outside, I cut the stems down quite a bit. So I think if I look at them, from the base of the greenery, it's about 4 inches. So wherever your greenery stops, about 4 inches. And you won't need the end of your stem except to maybe count how many did you use. So those are all set, those are all ready. So the only thing that we need to do is prep our wreath form. I'm actually going with purple opposite. Last one I did white with purple polka dots. This one I'm actually gonna do white, purple with white polka dots. And because we don't really need to worry about trimming or dovetail cutting our ends, I'm just going to
Pin the first section.
Pin the first one. You could glue the first one.
A lot of gals out there are freezing. They said happy Friday from frigid Indiana and freezing Illinois and Ohio.
Oh, wow. So I'm gonna kind of start on the inside. My pins that I'm using came from Hobby Lobby. They're 1.5 inches, which is more than enough to make sure they're not going to go all the way through. I keep the ribbon on the roll because it's easier. And what I'm trying to do is just cover the form pretty tight. Just like
Marisol, she bought about 6 bundles of each.
yeah, that was the easy way of doing it. I just counted 6 light purple, 6 dark purple, 6
Cream.
of the creamy white color.
Okay.
So
Thanks, Andrea. She said, Andrea said, hi, Kat Steve from Nebraska. Don't get to watch you live very often, so I really appreciate when you post on YouTube.
aw, thank
You're
you.
a great instructor. It's very cold here too. Right now it's 19 degrees.
What is it today?
The low tonight is going to be 4 degrees, and by next Tuesday it's going to be 15 below.
Oh wow. So the interesting thing is on this craft outlet ribbon, here's where they did that fake splice job. So because I'm only using it to cover my wreath form, it's not going to affect me. So one of the few times.
Yeah. Jerry said, I've done tulips on a grapevine. Love this idea.
You can do it on a grapevine too. And grapevines are awesome because you can just use the grapevine to stick all your tulips in and you still have that rustic effect. You can go tulips one way, tulips the other, and then put a really nice rustic bow in the middle.
Wow, Gail said it's 13 below where I am.
You know the heater's on in our house, right?
Yeah.
Can you go turn the heater off? You keep telling Steve, I'm hot, and Steve keeps saying, I'm cold. And it's like, this isn't going to help to have, I have 4 heater units right over me, and I'm like, I'm cold, I'm hot. And you guys are all probably like, we'll take the heat. I'm like, no. I think it's 70 in our house, which is way too hot. Yeah, turn that off. So, the goal, just get it through. It's funny, this is actually twisting on me more than the other ones have. So I'm just trying to use the bare minimum to cover with a pretty good tension on here. It just looks nice. It's such a nice look because you pull it open, you know, customer's gonna open it and they'll see all the tulips, but then it's kind of nice to have a backing on these. Oh, it is really twisted. So how many of you are co-creating with me? You're doing it right alongside with me? And how many of you are just watching to figure it out and then you'll join me? Or you'll do it afterwards.
Well, Denise said, call from Virginia. Hi, Charlotte. She said, first time I've caught you all live. Charlotte Simmons, where are you from? Thank you for joining.
Yeah, let us know where you're from.
Feel free to share on your post, on your page. That way you can come back and see it.
This is a private or public group, so you can share.
Yep. Pamela Morrow said wind chill of 56 below predicted for Chicago next Wednesday. Wow.
Wow, I know.
Sorry, we don't live up north anymore.
Yeah, but you will be traveling up north here soon. He'll be heading to.
Lisa asked how your daughter has been praying for both of her and you. She's doing better.
Yeah.
She's doing a little bit better, but she's still waiting to hear from the doctor to see if she's got to have some type of knee surgery.
She's thinking, hoping that hopefully she won't.
Yeah.
So we'll see what her doctor says.
Hey, Christina. She said, hi, everyone. I have to catch the replay, but just want to say hi. Haven't been able to tune in live for a long time. We know. We were just talking about you the other day.
Christina Haydel?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about you.
Yeah.
Because every time I mention the name Christina or Christine, that's what Steve says. Haydel? I'm like, no. I'm like, I see her on Instagram from time to time.
Yeah. Well, the private group, we were talking about some of the material that she bought for you at Gordon's.
Oh, and when we did Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Let me just undo this really quick.
Tim, I think we said there's 6 bunches of each color.
Yes. So if you just want to do, you know, the light lavender, it's kind of got a little bit of shades in here.
Can we just pull a bunch out and cut it for you?
No. It's easier if I keep it on the roll.
Okay.
But I kind of messed myself up with kind of twisting it as I was going. I was twisting it the opposite way. I did the first one perfectly. So this is why thicker ribbon. And here's another splice job in this one too. Wow, craft outlet. I'm losing my confidence in you. Because everybody likes to spend money for ribbon only to find it spliced. It's not like you...
Kathy Snyder said, I am working with you.
You're working with me, yay! What color are you making, Kathy? Are you doing purple? Or what color are you working on?
Hi, Deborah. Denise says I'm freezing. Martha said never over 65 in my house in the wintertime. Kathy said it's in Milwaukee. We have a wind chill of negative 25 below. Jeez.
Wow.
Diana, it's 10 yards. Make sure you get 10 yards, that way you can go all the way around.
Yeah. I think when I had grabbed the purple and white one, it was open, but it was pretty, like, it didn't look like too much had been used. And because I'm using 1.5 inch to cover this, it's taking me quite a bit. So if you were to do it in 2.5 inch, you would probably get it in half the amount of ribbon.
Hi, Christine. Martha said she's just watching. Patty said she's just watching. Cheryl said I'm watching. Then plan on making it tomorrow.
Ooh.
Sharon said idea, use wide ribbon and fold around and pin fast.
You could, but I am not pinning as I go. I just pin at the start and I'll pin at the finish because we're going to be using the floral pins to fasten our floral to the wreath form. I don't want them to have to conflict with any other pins that are in here holding on ribbon.
Yeah, she said watching to do afterwards. Going to Michael's tomorrow. Lenore said I'm watching and working on wreath orders. Awesome.
Ooh.
Kathy said I'm listening while driving. Be careful, Kathy.
Exactly. Okay.
Denise
So
said watching, then I'll do it. Katie said watching and we'll try for my next wreath.
okay.
Charlotte says she's in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Awesome.
Kim said just watching, making later. Teresa's watching. Kimberly's watching, love your instruction. And Sue said just watching. So most of them said they're just watching and then they're going to do it after they see you do it.
Gotcha. So you're gonna watch me, right? Okay, I did not do so bad on my first one, and that was my very first one ever. I was super excited. I ran in and I showed Steve. I'm like, what do you think? He goes, oh my God, you just made that? And I was like, yeah, it worked really well. Because I try it out to make sure it works before we work on it with you. So again, you could glue your ribbon on. I just fasten it with a pin, and look, because my pin heads are white, it matches my polka dots, so you can't tell. So my 14 inch, it's actually 13.8, is covered. And now what we're gonna do is I recommend taking your floral pins, dumping them in a bowl because it's easier to grab them than try to fish them out of the box like so. So.
Shirley, our daughter's an echo stenographer. She does echoes of the heart, and she really hurt her knee. It looks like she's going to be out for a while. Might need surgery.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of, see how we're going to do this. We're going to do 2 of each color and see how they lay. That's how I did the top one there. So I'm going to take the dark purple and I take 2 of them. I take 2 of the lighter purple. Put those together. You're making like little mini bunches. So lay them however you want them to lay. If you want your greenery to lay a certain way, let them lay that way. And so you're getting about 6 bunches in there. Just like so. And then you're going to kind of take it, bring it over to your wreath form, and just look at how it's going to lay. You know, if you want to fiddle with some of your greenery, you can do so, put more greenery on the bottom. But right where you have them in a giant bunch, you're gonna take one of your floral pins, I have 2, and you're gonna actually push it right up underneath where they're all gathered together and push them into your frame. So they're fastened with your floral pin just like so. And then if you want, you can come around and cut off whatever's protruding past your wreath form.
Sharon said watching and picking up pull-up tulips for tomorrow. How many will we need for Sunday night, which is the carrot one, right? I think you said 5 bunches?
10.
10.
Yeah, okay. I think I said something like 7 or 8. I'm going with 10. Just because I'm starting to see that I like things a lot more full.
You haven't done it yet, so at least you'll have some spare in case you do. So
I'm gonna make sure I have more than enough.
8 to 10.
Yeah. So again, you're kind of making these little clusters, and then you're gonna take that and you're gonna lay that right on top of your other little bunch. Take your floral pin again and then start it back down into.
Hi Cheryl, she said I'm just watching,
Your
haven't seen you for a while, I miss you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Christina did say I'll be making a trip to Gordon's hopefully next week.
Ooh.
Send me a message or a text if you want me to FaceTime you again.
I will, because that was awesome. So I'm just cutting them off a little bit. You don't have to. If they're staying on the form, that's okay. But this is how I did it. I just got 2 of each, kind of laid them side by side.
And you push the greenery up underneath it, so that's where you get.
Yeah, I've already pushed my greenery up.
Yeah. Denise, the flowers they're $2 a bundle.
Mm-hmm.
And she's using about 15 to 17 bundles, and it's half off right now at the Michael's.
So you're just gonna come back in again, take your push pin, and push your bundles down. There's another method. I watched like 6 different videos today looking at what would be the best possible method. There's one where you take it and you actually wire these in with bundles at a time, and then they say if you need to go back in and add any, like I will probably need to come back in and add some to the side, maybe a couple in the middle. They're saying you can take it and slide it inside the ribbon, and I tried that method and I could not get it to go in and slide in. I would have to pin them, and then at that point it's like, what's the point? So
maybe you could. She said you could use colored duct tape form for the thing, but the ribbon I think looks pretty.
yeah,
and I think the ribbon will help keep the pins in too.
I think it just looks nicer on the back.
Yeah.
Like when, like I said, the customer's gonna open it and look at it, it's gonna have a really nice effect.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm doing. I'm just layering them in the colors I want. Obviously, if you have all the same color, yours will be quite easy to do. So we just come in, layer them, and push our push pins in. And then just because I have some stems that are sticking out the side, I can technically take a pin and pin them back down, but like why?
Yeah.
So.
Andrew said just watching, I made one last year and she has a white greens, waiting for spring so I can hang it on my door.
Ooh, that sounds pretty.
Yeah, Kathy said, what happened to your daughter's knee? She's heard it a long time ago. She's got a lot of torn cartilage in it. So.
I feel bad because we made her do so much in getting, they're getting a divorce, so separating personal belongings and then having her run upstairs with the stuff she wanted to keep versus the stuff she was getting rid of. I didn't realize that her knee was as bad as it is. So I think we kind of.
Kathy sent us with blue and yellow. That would be clean. That would be kind of pretty, blue and yellow.
I think we picked blue and yellow because I really liked the yellow. So.
Libby said, I originally picked up purple, but finally decided on the multi-pink. Now that I see your purple and white, I'm thinking of changing up. It is beautiful.
You can just go get more and make one for you, make one to keep, and one to sell.
Karen says, I don't have nearly enough tulips. Well, Karen, just go get some more.
Or just go thinner. Like
I'll go thinner, yeah.
Maybe you just keep, like I don't really need to go. I'm like kind of fanning them out a little bit. I only got one. Like really? Fanning them out as you go kind of helps.
So you're trying to do one, this one's going to be not as thick as the one on the door.
This one's round, it's thinner. So the diameter on this one is going to be a lot thinner. Not thinner as in coverage, thinner as in diameter.
Hi, Rose.
So.
Cheryl said, do the pins go through the ribbon easy?
Yes, because it's going into that foam and you're pushing them in diagonally. I wouldn't push them straight down. Just push them in the opposite direction your florals are going because you're putting them in that floral foam. they hold really nice.
Karen said I bought 2 bunches of every color they had. Back to Michael's tomorrow. Yeah, you probably want to go pick up another 6 of each color.
I
Probably.
know. Did we go? Did we go today?
No.
We went yesterday.
We went
We
yesterday.
got more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it just depends on the look. And that's what I was telling everybody's like, well, can you tell us how many? I'm like, well, I don't know what form you're using. I don't know if your preference is to go thick or thin.
Rhonda, be careful. She
What?
said, guess what, Kat? I am watching and driving. Love the tulips.
Oh, don't do that. Makes me nervous. So you can kind of take them and push them. And of course, if your little tulips fall off, just push them back on.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Jackie.
We are a little more than halfway.
Jody says, I'm making a Valentine wreath while watching you. Awesome.
I wonder what kind. So did Kathy ever comment which one she's making today? I know she said she was making one with us. She's co-creating. Did she say?
I remember the color she said.
So see, I try to find some dark, some light purple, and really mix in the colors.
Kathy Snyder, what colors did you pick out? Because she's the one that said I'm working with you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's the one that said blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow.
Yeah, blue and yellow.
French country.
Yeah,
That's what I
that'd be
see,
pretty.
blue and yellow. French country.
Oh, she's the correction. Blue, green, and cream.
Blue, green. Okay. I want to see. I can't wait to see.
Yeah, post it once you're done.
Everyone's going to post their pictures. So I try to look for the ones that have 3s to try to get those on the tops.
Yep. Katie said just watching tonight. Haven't gotten anything prepped yet. Katie's, she said, where do you buy the tulips?
Michael's.
And you use a total of 18 bunches, correct. 6 of each color.
Yeah, we're going to
She's
be
got-
100% accurate on this live because we're doing the styrofoam wreath form. When I did the straw, I used a little bit more because I actually went in and I did the tops like I'm doing now, and then I actually went in and did sides, and then I did sides and then the inside. I added a little bit to the inside to thicken it up.
Oh, that's nice of me. She said I want to do a few for our rescue auction. That would be good.
This would be really super cute. It'd be
That'd
good.
for auction. Yeah.
It would be good to do with, this would be a really good Easter wreath with the purple. I know that there's a lot of people who are looking to do
Yeah, Mother's Day wreath. Yeah.
Mother's Day wreaths.
Hey, Bobby. Bobby's on.
Hi, how are you?
I know. She said, hey, strangers.
That's how we feel lately. Strangers in our own house, right? I just dropped one.
She said, I also have a flathead screwdriver and handy to help push in the pins.
That
Your
would
fingers
work
get sore
too.
after a while. These
Yeah.
I don't think do too bad, right? Because it's got like a flat piece you can put on. So they're flat.
The floral?
Yeah.
It would depend on what everyone's limitations are. You know, I can push them in fairly easy.
Yep.
And you can see that I probably have like 1 or 2 more bunches to complete the top. And then I'll go and I'll work the outside edge and then the inside.
Oh, that's nice, Jackie. She said, I buy all my wreaths from Kat. They're always beautiful.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. She said, I had to echo my heart. I will keep her in my prayers, which is Kate. Carla said, how expensive are the tulips and how many?
Okay, you will need 18 bunches to do this size wreath, which is on the 14-inch straw form. So as you can tell, it's a lot thicker in the diameter. And if you want it that full. So 18 bunches, I did 6 of each color, and Michael's has them for $4, but right now it's buy one, get one free, or they roll it up under their Spring Florals, which is half off. Yeah, and then make sure you ask if you can use your Joann's 20% off coupon.
So the one she's doing now, she's on a smaller styrofoam wreath form, so she's probably only going
It's
to do
almost like a pool
like
needle.
15, if that. 15 bundles, if that.
Yeah. So I'm almost neck and neck. So I don't know if I'll do quite that many, but let's see. Because I just have this little section. So you're going to actually pick up the other one and tuck it under, because you want the direction to all go the same way.
Yep.
That's how it looks. Really nice.
Kathy, the stems she's cutting are probably about 6 inches long, And then she cuts them as needed if she needs to.
These,
Yeah.
they're 4 inches.
No, the
From-
stems.
Right, so the bottom to here
4. About
is
4
4.
inches. Okay.
Yeah.
Darlene said, could you wrap the stems with floral tape to hold them, then pin them to the form?
You
You could,
could,
don't really need
but when
to.
you're wrapping them with floral tape, then you're kind of defeating the purpose of your using your ribbon.
Yeah.
So I'm taking these and actually laying them right underneath the ones in front
Hi, Donna.
to fill the gap.
Shelly, you could put greenery in it, but you don't really need to because when you slide up the leaves, you see the greenery automatically in it. So
Yeah, like the one behind me, there's just enough greenery, like that would be on a tulip anyway.
right.
So this is just doing the top. This is how much I have left. So now what I'm gonna do is go around and do the outside. And this is really simple. You're going to do one of each color. So you're gonna take one purple, one light, and you're gonna kind of space them out a little bit because all you're doing is filling the outsides. And I take the sides and I really cut, oop, didn't mean to knock that one to the floor. I really trim them down so that when I take them, I try to match them up with where I have existing floral. And you're gonna wanna direct them to kind of go down on your frame a little bit and then push your floral pins in.
So the green polystyrene or styrofoam form is from Michaels. It was about $7. The pins were also from Michaels, and I think they're, what, 1.5 inches long?
It doesn't say. It just says greening pins. These are the only ones they
Green
had.
floral pins.
They're just floral pins.
Yeah, they're about standard size.
They are about 1.5 inches.
About 1.5 inches.
Yeah. So,
Denise, oh wow, that was easier than I thought. Yeah, it was. You put that together in like 30 minutes, if that.
when you have everything cut,
Yeah.
it goes by really quick. When I did that one, it took me a little while because I was like, what do I do here? What do I do here?
Kind of the frame is a 14-inch frame. It's like 13.75.
13.8 inches.
Yeah, 14-inch at Michaels. And then Jenny, the tulips were also at Michaels, 50% off.
Mm-hmm.
Dorothy asked, where did you get the printed non-wired ribbon? The ribbon was wired.
Yes, the ribbon is wired. This is from Craft Outlet, but I mean, right now Michaels has some really gorgeous spring ribbon, so you can grab some of that, put that on. So, and then I just cut everything additional.
Karen said, be right back, gotta go order more tulips.
What? It's like super simple now.
Carrie said, beautiful wreath, how many flowers per bundle? You said 8?
8 per bundle.
There's 8 per bundle.
Mm-hmm.
And 17 bundles is what she's predicting to make sure you have plenty.
Exactly. So as you can see, now what I'm doing is coming around and actually filling in. I don't need to fill in a lot, so that's why I'm only using one of each, like so.
Kathy, the stems are about 4 inches. I think you heard that.
Except for the outside, I'm actually trimming them back because I'm pushing them in sideways. So they're kind of tucking up underneath the other ones.
Toby, she's using floral pins.
Yep.
She just picks them right up. She can kind of show you, but they're kind of hard to see on the camera.
What's that?
The floral pins.
These?
Yeah.
Like that?
It's like a double-sided pin.
It's like, yeah, it's like a U shape.
Yeah.
And it's got little grooves in them to kind of hold your florals in.
Olivia, just 1.5 inches ribbon. Make sure you get 10 yards wired.
Yeah, I just preferred having the extra because, like I said, I didn't know how much was on the ribbon roll when I started. So even when I was asking Steve, I'm like, just grab anything purple that's brand new, hasn't been opened, that has at least 10 yards on it.
A couple of girls asked to see what the pins actually look like, so I'll see if I can get it in the camera. That's kind of what it looks like.
Is this a little U?
Just a little U.
Exactly like a U.
Yep. Got it?
Okay. just push them in.
Yeah, the pins are floral pins, Bobby. We said it earlier.
Yeah. And when you go to get your stems, or to get the form, you'll see it'll have floral pins right there next to them.
Mara said, I'm terrible at matching colors. What other colors would you use? You could definitely do pinks and whites.
You know, here's a really good idea. Is go to Pinterest and look.
Yeah.
Go and Google tulip wreath and look and see what other colors people have done. And I usually pick what I like. This is where they're all stuck in the... There we go. Some of these are just thinner than others.
Deborah said, or you could leave a space and add a bow. You could.
You could. That's where I think if you were going to do it on a grapevine, that works a little bit better on that end. So
Cheryl asked, what would you price the wreath to sell?
the one behind me I priced for $70. This one I'm waiting to see what the number of tulip bunches is. So far, it's pretty much staying right on target with the other ones. So we shall see. But like I said, there's people out there selling them for $45. Honestly, I don't know how they're doing that because they're not even making any money off of it.
Yep, Ramona, the tulips are for Michael's. They're half off right now, or 2 for 1.
Yep. Okay.
Cheryl, you can order them online.
Yeah.
Because my Michael's is almost out of tulips.
Yeah, you can't order them online. I think somebody says you have to, when you're searching for them, put in tulip bunches, tulip bushes, something like that. Otherwise, if you just search by tulips, you won't find them.
Deborah, she's pushing the pins in the middle of the stems when she's bunching them together.
Yeah, so if you think about it, let's see. So I'm layering them, and then I take the pin, it's a U-shaped pin with a groove in it. So I'm pushing them in this way so that it's holding, like my floral's going this way, my pin's going the opposite direction to hold them in place. So I've got everything on the outside. I have a couple places in the inside where I want to thicken it up a little bit. So I'm just going to take a handful of these and cut these down pretty short.
Fred, you said your little group is just growing. Yeah.
My group?
Yeah.
The
Fridays,
community.
Friday or public group is usually about this number, 178 to 200. Bobby, yeah, we're using the styrofoam green wreath form.
Yep, and I'm just going around and looking at, like, well, I am always extra particular, like, I don't want to ever look inside a wreath and see the ribbon or look on any part of the outside.
Let's see the form.
And
okay.
yeah, so I'm going in and just adding some extra pieces. And cutting
Susan
these
said
down.
they're an additional 20% off today and tomorrow.
I know, I might go back. She's like, no!
Well, we might. We need to go get some dinner afterwards anyway, so.
Well, I want to get over to Cracker Barrel and see, because Cracker Barrel added a country farm decor. So I kind of really want to see those.
That's a good idea. Paula said, I made so many of these tulip wreaths last year. I put a dab of glue on the pins to be sure they didn't work their way out. And
You can't do that.
Yeah.
It's going to slow down your, obviously for demo time, can't do that.
Yep. Cynthia said, I love these colors. They're my favorite.
Thank you.
Cheryl said, what do you think about a multicolored one?
Oh, I
Go
saw.
look at Pinterest.
Yeah, I looked at Pinterest just to see before I go by. And I looked at tulip wreaths, and then you look at ones that are all blue, or ones that are all pink, or ones that are all red. And then you just kind of pick and choose what you like and go from there. So I'm just going in. And
Kathy
just,
Fox said, it looks like she's going to be doing a green one. She said, yes, green that my husband chose.
aw, very cool.
Crow said making a mermaid wreath and found out I don't have any ribbon for it. LOL.
Oh no, that is a dilemma.
Lynn, yeah, you just insert the floral pins at an angle. Yep.
Yep. So floral goes this way, pin goes that way. So when I'm tucking them, I'm like really struggling to find places where it needs it.
It's kind of hard to see even when she pins it, but
yeah, like, so if floral is going this way, the pin is like a U shape with a groove in it. It's got a little notch in it. So floral goes this way, my pin is going in this way. So if I'm putting my floral this way, my pin's going the opposite direction.
that way, right?
That way it's not coming out.
Right.
And because the groove's there, the groove will help you kind of hold the pin in place. And so now I'm just kind of going in and thickening up some bare spots. So pretty much I've hit all the interior. Maybe one more right here. So as you can see, I am pretty much down to the wire.
Sharon said, what did it cost to do the straw foam?
The straw?
Yeah, the straw.
What do you mean?
I don't remember how much the straw forms are. They're
They were
only like $5, aren't they?
something like that. They're pretty reasonable.
But she used more. She used 18 bundles on the straw one, so this
Well,
one she's at 15 bundles on this one.
yeah. So now I'm just gonna go and kind of lean over and look and see. I have a couple peekaboo spots. So I'm just gonna come in.
Oh, Cheryl, we'll be praying for you and your son, Brian. She said our son, Brian, just 32, tripped over his dog at his house on Thanksgiving. Shattered his leg or his arm in
Wow.
5 places. Had surgery a week later. He was recovering with us for 6 weeks. Just started physical therapy yesterday. He lost his job and was in the process of moving.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, lift everybody up to Brian for prayers.
So I'm just doing that, looking and tucking. So I have a couple more. I'm just gonna run these out, just because where else am I gonna use them?
Cheryl says she's having trouble with her floral pins. Not sure if it's the pins or the ribbon. Well, like somebody else said, you could put a dab of glue, and that would keep them from flying
What's
out.
happening that you're struggling with? Like, what are struggles? Is it just that your pin's not holding?
Sounds like it.
Because I think if you try to pin them in between, like, I noticed that when this happens, if I'm trying to pin through the silk of the leaves or through the silk of the tulips, a lot of times it gets stuck and I can't pin them. So you just kind of have to relocate where you want your pins.
Cheryl said it comes together really quick.
It does.
Yep. Lee said looks beautiful.
Thank you.
And then Dorothy said, where did you get the non-wire ribbon? Dorothy, it is ribbon, it is wired,
It is
and
wired.
it's from Craft Outlet.
Yeah, you could get it from anywhere. Like I know, if you just wanted to put in regular satin ribbon, you could go to Michael's, and Hobby Lobby has the purple satin with a really low tensile strength. So in something like this where you're just using it to wrap, you don't need to have wire in it. So again, I'm just looking for holes.
Yeah, Bobby Cat was thinking the same thing, but she wrapped the whole styrofoam in ribbon pretty tight and then pinned it together, so it'll help keep the styrofoam from breaking. She said be careful with the styrofoam wreaths. When she was making wreaths, she had a few of them broke after about 6 months.
Ugh.
And the straw is kind of better. Hi Barbara, she said we're watching you, first time watching.
Thank you for joining
From
us.
Sparwood, Canada. Awesome.
Wow. So is that East or West Canada? If that makes sense. I think I have one.
What province are you in?
1, 2.
East or west? She's in Ontario, Quebec.
So I'm just looking. I have a couple. I think I'll put these last ones in.
Yeah, she said, what is your opinion using glue gun? I'm having a difficult time finding pins.
Pins for this?
Yeah.
You can go to Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby sells them.
Or use floral wire.
Yeah,
You can just use
wire
floral
them.
wire and wire them around.
But if you wire them around, you're gonna see it as it goes around the wreath form. So I think.
Little purple is my favorite.
So if you notice, these are all the little pieces that fell off. So with stuff like this, you know, you can fan your tulips out, but in a situation like this, you can look for something where you might have a little, you know, you want to add another little pop of color. So this is where a glue gun comes in handy. And we're just going to add a touch of glue. And I'm going to add a piece right into my floral. It's kind of like where they pop off. And when I'm sorting through them and they're in the bag, inevitably there's always going to be a handful of them that fall off. So I will just take those.
Donna asks, is there a list posted for Sunday Live for the carrot, right?
I can give you a ballpark, but I don't know. Until I make it, I don't know. You know, I watched other people make it, and it depends on what your preference is. Like, I like mine really thick. I want people who buy my products to go, wow, I didn't expect this when it showed up at my door. So I always try to wow my customers with more. And that's why I'm saying, yeah, there's a lot of cheaper ones out there. You'll want to look at the dimensions and see, is it a 10 inch? Is it a 12 inch? And then go from there.
No
so I'm
problem,
just taking
Gail.
these.
She said she'll have to watch the replay and make hers this weekend.
I can't wait to see what you guys post.
Oh, that's good. Susan said she did one with pansies from Walmart too. It was pretty.
You could
even do one
this.
with roses too, right?
Yes, and I'll show you the other floral that I bought. So in this situation, I'm actually going to take and make a tie. So, so out of the 50-piece box of pins, I have maybe 12 left. So that'll tell you on the thinner diameter, I didn't use as many pins as doing the thicker one.
Hi, Gail, just joining on. Sharon said, how would you do a primitive one? I guess you could do the maroon, I guess, or like the dark, like lava, dark maroon color.
I'd have to think about that one. Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna cut this to about 12. If you noticed, I wanted my, I might have to go a little longer on this one. So let me go 15 inches.
Tammy, she's using it's a green styrofoam base she got from Michael's. It's not quite 14 inches, but it's close.
If you guys saw me do the heart-shaped felt wreath, like that, it's like a molded styrofoam foam.
Yep.
So you can use that one, or it's easier for me. I found it was easier to do the straw wreath.
Yep.
I don't know how I would like the other one to be.
Linda, you can get the floral pins from Michael's,
Hobby
Lobby, a lot
Joann's,
of places, Joann's.
wherever they sell the wreath forms.
Yeah.
You know, they'll have styrofoam foams, and then at the very bottom where they have floral wire, they'll have floral pins. So they're just little U-shaped pins with a little groove in it, a notch. So what I did for my hanger is I took a 15-inch piece of ribbon and I tied a knot in the bottom. So here's my loop. I'm going to, I like the purple more at the bottom. So I'm
Tammy,
going to take
this one, she did about 15 total.
15 total.
15 total bundles. So just to be safe, she got 6 colors of each: 6 white, 6 dark purple, and 6 of the lighter lavender color.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a floral pin, 2 floral pins above the knot that I have in here. And I'm going to put 1 below the knot.
Sandra said, I think you need to go buy some tulips now. This is so pretty.
Okay. So there's that. here's my little hook. So I'll take this one down. So like I said, this one's much bigger, much thicker. Let me move this here. We'll put this one up so you can see how it looks on the door. And if you have any that are kind of a little wimpy and they just want to kind of hang by themselves and you'd rather them be in more with the bunch, take a floral pin and pin your tulips, you know, into the wreath a little bit more. But I kind of like them when they just kind of fall whichever way they do.
So you can see that one's not as big as the other one is, just because
Yeah.
of the straw form.
And it's funny because over here, it looks like there's no purple, but there is. They're just all laying down. So that's that. So 15 bunches did the little thin. 18 is what it'll take to do a 14-inch straw and really give you more than enough. What else do I need? Oh, the other floral that you could use for this. So you could technically do this in any other floral. Dollar Tree is really good for having low-cost floral. So here's all my proof. When I was counting the first one, I just kept my bunches and threw them in a pile so that I could count and be accurate on how many I actually had. But you could do, they also have mini roses. So if you wanted, you could do the same technique. These are $2 a bunch, but these are only 4. So you're gonna use twice as many of the roses to kind of pull off that look, to where if you were to do your roses, this is the look you're getting. So depending upon your wreath form, always err on the side of more than enough. So they have pink roses at $2 each. There's not as many stems. They have like a fiery color. There's the peach for coral. There's more pink. This is a good time to stock up on your florals.
I said it would make a beautiful table centerpiece too.
Yes, this is exactly what I posted on my Etsy page. I started thinking about it and I was like, you know, you could, because there's no bow on it. If you have your hurricane lamp, you can put your hurricane lamp right in the middle. You could put a really nice cake. Do you have a cake tape?
Cake plate?
Cake plate. I think I do. Like looking where a cake plate would be. Oh, yes. Let me pull my cake plate out.
Oh, Cheryl said his knee. She blew out his knee. So sending prayers, Cheryl.
Oops. Okay. So if you were doing like a wedding, you could take your cake plate, kind of lay that on top, and then add cupcakes, add whatever. You could boost it up a little bit, like.
Or you could even put your candle on the top of that.
You could. There's like a wood slice. These are all kinds of things. So when you're showcasing your wreaths, you want to make sure that you include everything. Like, here's other things that you could use it for, so that customers are pretty educated on what they could use that for. So you could use it like this, put pretty cupcakes in there for spring, Mother's Day, what else? Valentine's Day, anniversaries, anything along those lines. So those are definitely options you have.
Yep.
So make sure you include
Sharon said,
those.
Steve, tell her use big paper clips. I guess you could use paper clips too.
You could, but the
It'd be
pins are
harder.
designed to actually have a point.
Yeah.
So when they go in the styrofoam,
Barbara
they're not
said-
blunt.
Barbara
they're
said
pointed.
it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Judy said, I have loved the 2 I have bought from you.
Thank you.
Donna said, what form for Sunday?
Sunday, no form required. Believe it or not, no form required. There. So what we're going to be doing, I'll tell you now, is we're making the carrot. I'm sure you guys have probably seen it. If not, you can Google it. There's already videos of people out there doing it, but for me, let me find my orange tulips. I think they are here. So,
One of them said beautiful, beautiful. Martha said I like the smaller one better.
okay.
Yeah, Toby, the floral pins will work just as good on the straw form.
Yeah.
Because that's what the bigger one was. She used a straw form.
So what we're going to be doing for our Sunday tutorial is probably going to weed through and pull some of the yellow out, but we're actually going to do this to where when you hang your tulips in a cascade pattern, it's actually going to come to a point. It's not going to be rounded. It's not going to be oval shaped. So we're not using a form at all.
It's going to look like a carrot.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are only 30. Let me count how many I have. 5, 6, 7. I'm probably going to go back and get a grand total of 10 just to be on the safe side. So orange tulips or any other color you want, you can do it in the cascade of the, if you want to do purple, you can do it in a purple. But carrots, and then you'll need greenery for your top. An embellishment if you want to add an embellishment to your carrot top, like a bow or a ribbon. I'm going to shop and look around this weekend and see what I can find. But Sundays is the carrot.
Couple gals coming in late. Kat, just to be safe, got 18 bundles total. Six bundles of each color. So 6 bundles of the dark purple, 6 bundles of the white, and 6 bundles of like the light lavender purple.
Yeah, 6, 6, and 6. Just made it easier. If you want to do, I use 15 on this one. And it's funny because I stand back here and I look and I think, man, it's missing some purple back here, but it's not.
Yeah.
This one's 15. It went on the thinner, like it was 2-inch wide, the harder foam, the molded foam, styrofoam. And then this one is 2 inches, but it's thicker going all the way around. So this one actually made a thicker one. So this one is 18 bunches. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions at all that I can answer for you? It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
But don't undercut yourself. Just the materials alone for this is 36. So if you're selling them for 45 with free shipping,
You're losing money.
You're losing money. Yeah, you are not making anything just by making a sale. So make sure you're covering your costs. You know, figure out exactly how much you're spending. How much your wreath form cost, how much your pins cost, your floral, your ribbon, your box, your packing tape, whatever.
So if you're selling the bigger one for 70, so would you sell the smaller one for what, 60 maybe?
Probably 65.
65?
Can't go much lower because there's still 15 bunches, so it's still, what, $30 plus the thing?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the molded styrofoam was more expensive than the straw by about $2 or $3. And then you still have a ribbon. So, yeah.
Kimberly, no problem. She said, thank you again for having me. Love your work.
Thank you.
Ron said, how about mini forms?
Mini ones.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like mini wreath forms? You
like
could.
Doing way smaller? I just don't think the diameter of your floral would have to go smaller. Because I think if we were to do them like, you would just be really struggling to do, you know, a 10-inch form. I don't even know how I would go about doing that. It would just look really funny and the diameter gets smaller.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that one's pretty wide. This one's pretty small because I went thicker on the inside.
Hi, Regina. She said, hi. She said, thanks, Kat. She said, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Katie, yes, I think Dollar Tree does sell a smaller form.
Yeah, we're just
For
not
foam
sure,
or straw, we're just not sure.
the size.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I know
either like
someone
a
said
10
they
or 12.
got it. So I used, this was 13 and a half, and that was 13.8, and then this one was a solid 14.
Yep. Kathy said, thanks so much. Can't wait to finish it.
Awesome, can't wait to see
Sandra
it.
said, Kat, thanks for another great tutorial.
Awesome,
Cheryl
good.
said, see you Sunday. Lisa said, beautiful. Sharon Bender said, beautiful as always. Donna said, thank you. That was great.
And then there's Boba. All right, everyone. Well, have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the private group on Sunday at 5. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.